invited to grab another mat or to open one blanket, fold it in half lengthwise to make your surface a little cushier. If you're interested in that, you don't have to. Do I have any fellow gardeners in the room today? Yeah, a little bit. What do you grow?
Lots of herbs.
Herbs.
Yeah.
It's such a blessing to go outside and get, I already have some garlic curing, but to get garlic, rosemary, basil, marjoram, thyme, and parsley. And I could have even gotten chives, but I didn't. All from the garden. And just chop them up real fine and put them in some good quality olive oil. So they're like getting infused right now with salt. That's going on the cooked veggies later. I hope that you can manage to the best of your ability to eat locally. If you don't grow your own food, I hope you visit farmer's market once in a while. It's an Ayurvedic principle and just a food system principle that when you are able to eat local food, it populates your gut microbiome with local microbiota. And that itself connects you to the land on which you live more deeply. And of course, it supports your local farmers, and we need all of that more than ever. So I hope you all are able to do that once in a while. My name's Beth. I like to start with a little bit of vinyasa, 5 minutes, 7 minutes, and then we're out. And I'm working, but you're not, which is how it should be. So thanks for being here. Let's just sit in a nice tall seat to begin. Hello to the life force of the body. Which is to say breath, but it's bigger than that, even beyond that. And it involves the totality of life, in fact, the cosmos. Inside of this moment, inside of this body, inside of our togetherness, is the sun. And the history of the planet. And the inheritance of countless human beings. And the presence, company, and influence of non-human beings. Plants, animals, minerals, water, clouds. Everything. So we have a few breaths into the microcosm, which is a little piece of the macrocosm. And all together, we shrug our shoulders way up by our ears as we inhale. And then draw the shoulders back, and then exhale, drop them down. Do that again, but now start shrugging forward and then up and then back and release twice more. Palms together. Inhale. And a little om together. Again, please, a little stronger. Once more. Bow your head down and recognize that you are still arriving. As all the different parts of you come together, come back home. Thank you for carving out some time to be with yourself, to rest, to acknowledge your body. Place your hands back down on your knees, friends, and we're going to start super, super simple by rolling the head around in slow motion. And giving ourselves permission to stop at any point, especially if we run into a sore spot, or a tender spot, or an interesting spot. I'm very fond of inviting people to move the lower jaw around a little bit, particularly when your head goes back or to the side. And really getting in touch with the structures of your neck, your jaw, even the underside of the tongue. Thank you for keeping your breath small. When you feel ready, start to bring some of that movement down into the rest of the torso. So kind of circling your torso around, feeling the spine. Shifting weight on the sitting bones. Feeling the back body a little. Marvelous. Bring your palms together in front of the heart, interlace your fingers, and on your very next inhalation, push the palms upward. And give that a couple breaths. Just really feel your side bodies open, the palms of the hands open. And then inhale together as you back bend slightly. So tummy forward, look up. And then exhale, just softly fall over to your left. Okay, the right arm is still reaching up and over to the side. And then kind of push off the earth and come on back to center, palms face each other now. There we go. And then softly fall over to your right. The grounded arm can bend a little. And then you push back up and exhale to the right. And to center. Okay, a couple more times like that. You can close your eyes if you understand the pattern and you're comfortable. And you just invite your body to flow through space. Counter some of the tiny, tiny little knots in the tissues, in the energy system. There's a Sanskrit word for this actually. It's called the granthis, which I think of as the grunties. But of course it's not that word, but it sounds like it. Come forward, please. Table, please. Hands and knees. Option to take a blanket under your knees. And then let your hips swing around just a little bit. And invite your neck to the party. Your shoulder blades. Takes a little time and a little practice to recognize how you can move the breath far beyond the lungs. And how this is not even really exactly a metaphor. Every single cell of your body is breathing, is respiring. And you can support that process with your intention, with your mindfulness, even with your willpower. If you will, friends, come on up into a kneeling position, toes curled under if possible, just to stretch the bottoms of the feet. I say that as a person who, sadly, I'm starting to get a little plantar fasciitis. And no like, exhale, elbows down. Okay, this is cactus pose. Keep the back bend a little. And then inhale, reach up. And exhale, hands back down to earth. Okay. And then here's our first kind of hybrid restorative pose. Not technically restorative, but sure feels like it. Left arm up. Left arm up. Yeah, good. Stay there a moment, friends. Rotate the wrist joint around and very slightly drop your head back. Like you could go beyond 180 degrees with the split of your arms. Like really drop that arm back, turn your chest up, drop your head back. As you move the wrist around and recognize you are literally spreading your heart to the left. And then inhale, open your fingers real wide, and exhale, thread the needle. Keep your butt up in the air. And take your left ear, left temple to the earth. Hips stay high. And possibly you lean the hips back. And you come into some level of stillness, sort of external stillness, so that you can be aware of how much movement there is still happening inside of the still structure of the body. The flow of blood, the movement of breath. If it's comfortable, let your right arm walk a little bit forward and rest your inner forearm down on the floor so your chest can drop towards the earth. Okay, let the weight of your hips lean back. And then get all soft and gooey in your eyeballs. We'll be here for about a minute. We create a few bigger breaths, slower and larger breaths around the area of your left shoulder, the back of the shoulder blade, the outer upper arm, the upper back lung. A few large, slow breaths right there.
Very slothfully drag your right hand in front of the face. Press down into the earth and pull the left arm out. And come back to the counter pose, but this time make a gentle fist with your left hand. And one more time, rotate the wrist joint around. Bring a little bit of air time to your left forearm. Lots of tiny muscles there. And then on your very next inhalation, spread your fingers upward. And when you exhale, go swimming overhead like freestyle stroke. Draw your left sitting bone back in space, and then let yourself land in an even symmetrical table pose. Immediately drop your belly down. Take your head back. Eyeballs look up towards the sky. And then exhale. Round your spine. Really draw your navel in. Stretch the skin of your back. Close your eyes. Eyes look down. Do that just one more time. Inhale, open the front body, send your heart forward, look up with your eyeballs. And exhale, close your eyelids, tuck your tail, stretch the skin of the back. And then come back to a neutral spine, keep your left hand on the earth, and then inhale the right arm up. Okay, so same deal, everyone. Lean back a little. Your back body goes behind you. Your head drops back. Keep the hand open and rotate your right hand slowly. Feel your thumb, your wrist, the small structures of your hand. Inhale, fingers reach up. And exhale, thread the needle. Hips high. Weight of your butt leaning back. The outer right shoulder is having a smashing time. Face is soft, eyes are soft. If it's comfortable, you let your left forearm come to the earth. Also rest. I invite you to generate an intention that the blood vessels in your brain, and for that matter in your lungs, are opening more, softening, widening, receiving. Sorry, I didn't see that on the first time. One more minute, everyone. I hope you can feel the way your internal organs kind of spill upward. How they're all soft and squishy and slimy. And somehow that makes your mind become more quiet. Believe it or not, this is the practice of Ayurveda, applying opposite principles. Heaviness, wetness, warmth, sliminess. Applying it to the light, dry, fast-moving thought waves, the chitta vrittis, and boom, they go quiet. They come into our direct experience. for about 4 more slow breaths, bigger than usual, directed to the right shoulder, back of the right lung. Left hand drags just in front of the face. And just press your palm down and then push into that left hand. And draw the right arm out. You can even kickstand your left knee over to the left. And then again, lean back into it. Head goes back. This time you make a gentle fist with the right hand. You rotate the wrist joint. And you apologize to your right thumb for all the texting. Inhale, fingers reach up. And just like the first side, go swimming overhead. You catch a bit of a side stretch there as you pull the right sitting bone back into space. And then your hands come forward now, both of them, walking forward. And then from there, everyone, glide forward and bring yourself to lazy upward facing dog. Stay there a moment. Roll your head around, move the lower jaw. Inhale right here at the center, stretching your belly. And then exhale, go back to table pose. And if your knees do not bend quite deeply, very easily, but even if they do, this can be nice. Take one of your blankets and roll it kind of in thirds or fold it in half. Place it between your heels and your body, like so. Knees a bit wide. And then sit back on that. And then your 2 blocks in front of you, okay? One on the low setting, just forward and between your knees, okay? And then one on the medium setting, a bit further away. And then grab your bolster and place it on those blocks. And kind of snuggle up to it. So your bolster is going to start out between your thighs. Knees wide, everyone. In fact, that's even a little bit further away than it could be. Bring it right up against your body, right up against your tummy. And then inhale and lengthen your torso, and then lay down, restorative child's pose. Turn your head one direction. Stephanie, I can bring you another bolster. You can stay right where you are, look like that. This should really be quite comfortable. It should be quite soothing. If it's not, if it's hurting your ankles, your knees, anything like that, you raise a hand, we come over and we work it out. We never try and make the props fit our body. We try and we never make our body fit the props. Make our props fit the body. Now, give yourself 3 large breaths and send them into your back. to raise a hand if you don't want me to touch you. Otherwise, did a little bit of my almost massage work. But of course, it needs to be consensual. direction. Although, in my opinion, it's a little less fun to turn towards the strong light, because it's like relaxing in the darkness. And I take that back, it's not just my opinion, it's just your retina. Your retina is photosensitive, and even when you close your eyes, you get some photons coming in. Darkness is restful. Please know you're welcome to come out of any asana at any time. If it's not working out, maybe you want to just lay flat on your tummy on the floor, or lay on top of the bolster with your legs extended behind you. That's perfectly fine. If you do that, you probably don't want the blocks under the bolster. You got about 2 more minutes right here. Three more breaths into your back, everyone. Come on up out of that, nice and slowly. Very nice. Get your 2 blocks and put them over to your right. Put them on the medium setting and put them together. Take one of your blankets. Basically, the way it comes right off the shelf like that. And put it on top of those 2. And then just watch my body for a moment. Many of you know this, but just in case you don't, we're gonna go inversion and twist at the same time, you know it. I love it if you do it with your feet that direction and your head this direction, which is why it's good to watch for a minute so you don't have to crane your neck. But what I'm gonna do is lay down on my back with this setup to the left of my left leg. And I'm gonna come up into, oh, I don't really need this, pardon, bridge pose. And I'm gonna pull the bolster perpendicular to the length of the mat and underneath the widest part of my bottom. And then I'm gonna move my hips away from this by about 6, 7, 8 inches. And I'm gonna draw my legs up about 90 degrees, and then when I exhale, I'm gonna take my legs over to the left. So my thigh bone rests on the bolster, my shins, you may need to adjust that, rest on the blanket block setup, and then one more blanket, folded blanket goes between the knees. Okay, I'll say it all again. So go ahead and spin yourself around. Make sure your block blanket setup is to the left of your left leg. Your head is facing this direction. Your feet are facing towards the back. And then you lift yourself up in bridge pose. And you're coming to it into it. That's fine. That's fine. See you there. Just lift your arm up. Sit on this. And there you go. Okay, and then push into your feet and move your hips to the right. Hips to the right by about 6 inches. And then legs go to the left. So come on back. I'm not sure you do this. That way. Don't twist them, just, no, that's twisting your spine. There you go, 6 seconds. There you go. Now draw your legs up towards your chest. And then exhale, legs go over. Left. Chest stays turned upwards, separate your knees. There you go. And let your arms be open. And if it's comfortable, your head will turn to the right. If your face just is facing upwards towards the sky, that's also perfectly fine. This should be pretty comfy as well. All of them should be comfy, honestly. You're semi-upside down, meaning your brain is below your heart. And a bunch of blood from your intestines is flowing upward. And again, ideally, it's pretty soothing. And you stay there and you receive your own internal endogenous medicine. Now I'm just going to come around and lengthen your spine. I am not correcting your position. I'm not trying to move your body onto the props in any other way, unless, of course, it's unstable or something. Your job, which is no job at all, is just to receive a touch, receive the sensations that arise. Get your spine traction. Do not repress the movement of breath. Oftentimes there's a great big inhalation that wants to jump in there. And the space between the vertebrae. And you receive it fully.
couple more large breaths into your upper lungs. Slowly, lazily, start to take your right leg, right foot back to the floor. And that whole process will just help your body unwind. Eventually the other foot comes. Eventually you press your feet into the earth and you move your hips back into the center of the bolster. And then if it's easy to reach, you can reach down and grab your 2 blocks in your blanket setup that are on your left and move them over to the right. If they seem far away and it disturbs your practice too much, just leave them, I'll get them for you. But from here, we're gonna draw our knees up towards our armpits, keeping the low back sacrum on the bolster. And then just let yourself rock right and left. Okay, if you're sliding too much towards your head, you might wanna come back and kind of scoot your butt down towards your feet a little more. I'm just saying that because that's what was happening to me. And then go back to it. Let yourself really be rocked, even your head. Feel there's perhaps a little massage going on in your upper back, where it presses against the floor. And then land in the middle there. And take your footprints right up towards the sky by straightening your knees. And then just take a moment and rotate the ankles around. Squeeze the toes, spread them. Rotate the ankles around. This is where you have to conjure up a wish. And once you have it clear in your mind, see it being fulfilled, see it being granted, and click your heels together 3 times just to make sure. May all beings be free. May my mother live a long, happy, and healthy life. May we put an end to the nightmare of fascism. That's my big wish, I'll be honest. Put your feet on the floor. Lift and scoot your hips quite a bit to the left. When I say quite a bit, I mean 6-7 inches. And then same thing, friends, draw your legs up, and on your exhalation, take your legs over to the right. So again, you're in a spinal twist. Your shins are being supported by the blocks and blanket. And maybe you slide another blanket between your legs, especially if you're kind of on the bony side or the twist is a little too much. Keep your chest facing up, turn your head to the left if that's comfortable. And continue to enjoy your upside downness right there. Chilly. Everybody needs a little spinal traction, just because of gravity. And your body knows it, and that's why it feels so good.
that's why the breath jumps in there.
upper lungs a couple more breaths and visualize like the body of a butterfly opening its wings inside your chest when you inhale. And softly closing when you exhale. And then slowly take your left leg back towards the floor. And your hips will roll out of that. And once again, you get your hips back in the center. And let's go ahead and extend our legs onto the floor. We're only going to do that for a minute. And if that hurts your low back in any way, the quick fix is to slide the bolster down towards your feet about a ½ inch or something. And I just looked at the clock and the tyrannical deity Kronos is doing his thing. Which is why we're only going to give this 1 minute. I encourage you to at least 2-3 breaths that are supersized into your low belly, where you're really pushing your low belly up a couple times. Which of course means you have to exercise that diaphragm muscle. Push it way down when you inhale. Inhalation through the nose, everyone. Open mouth exhalation. Inhale through the nose and fill all the way to the top of the lungs. Hold your breath there for 5, 4, 3, 2, and then blow it out your mouth. Empty, empty, empty. Do that one more time. Low belly first, and then your ribs expand. Upper chest. Hold the breath, please. This time for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and blow it out your mouth. Okay, we finished with supported Supta Baddha Konasana. This is the classic restorative posture. Put your feet back on the floor, lift your hips, slide bolster out to one side, it doesn't matter what side. And then, sorry to say this, but sit up. So you're facing the back wall. And then take your bolster and put it behind you, about 3 inches away from your sacrum. Okay, along the length of your spine. And then put the soles of your feet together, knees out to the side, and put your blocks under your outer thighs. And then just lay on back. And rest your spine on the bolster. Arms are out to your sides. This is a chest opener, it's pretty obvious. And before you really settle, take a moment and lift and tuck your tailbone down towards your feet. So your lumbar spine is lifted. Of course, you're welcome to put a blanket over the whole body or just a little bit of weight on the pelvis. Before you float away to Never Never Land, I want to invite you to envision your energetic heart as a flower. And to offer yourself 3 breaths and see it open, see it blooming when you inhale. And then slightly closing when you exhale. Choose your favorite flower. From there, you just let the wisdom, the intelligence of your body take care of itself.
Blessed ones who dwell in the world, grant to us compassion in this and countless lives before, from beginningless time. Our mistakes have caused much suffering to ourselves and others. We have done wrong, encouraged others to do wrong, and given our consent to acts of killing, stealing, deceiving, sexual misconduct, and other harmful actions among the 10 unwholesome deeds. Whether our faults are known to others, or whether they are hidden, they have brought us to the realms of hell, hungry ghosts and animals, causing us to be born in places filled with pain and suffering. We have not yet had the chance to realize our full potential. Today we are determined with one pointed concentration to repent the obstacles of our past unwholesome actions. Blessed ones, be our witness, and look upon us with compassion. We surrender before you, and make this aspiration. If at all within this very life and countless lives before, we have given, even if only a handful of food or simple garment, If we have ever spoken kindly, even if only a few words, if we have ever looked with eyes of compassion, even if only for a moment, if we have ever comforted or consoled, even if only once or twice, if we have ever listened carefully to wonderful teachings, even if only to one talk, if we have ever offered a meal to monks and nuns, even if only once, if we have ever saved a life, even if only that of an ant or a worm, if we have ever recited a sutra, even if only one or two lines, if we have ever been a monk or a nun, even if only for one life, if we have ever supported others on the path of practice, even if only two or three people, if we have ever observed the mindfulness trainings, even if imperfectly, all of this merit has slowly formed wholesome seeds within us. Today we gather them together like a fragrant flower garland, and with great respect we offer it to all awakened ones, a contribution to the fruit of the highest path. Opening our hearts wide to the perfect highest awakening, we are resolved to attain great understanding. We will realize compassion and embody deep love. We will practice diligently, transforming our suffering and the suffering of all other species. Please transfer the merits of body, speech, and mind to the happiness of people and all other beings. Apart from bodhicitta and apart from the thirst for great understanding and the embodiment of love, there is no other desire within us. All Buddhas in the three times and the 10 directions have offered their merit as we are doing today, repenting all our faults. We joyfully contribute to the immeasurable ocean of merit and the towering peaks of the highest understanding. The Buddhas and the ancestral teachers are the light which shows us the way. In this solemn moment, with all my life's force I come back to myself I bow deeply with respect.
Long breaths. Slow motion, roll of the head from side to side. Just stay with bodily sensation, bodily experience. Really savor how wonderful it is to be alive in your own skin. Open your fingers. Slowly move into a great big full body stretch. And then roll off the bolster onto your left side. And just lay there for a couple more breaths. Just really feel a sweetness radiate through you. Filling you with goodness. And slowly rise back to your seat. The very last line of that Buddhist chant you might have heard. I'd like to just sing it one more time just to reinforce it. And I'll ask you to put your hands on your own chest, on your own heart. Just receive this. In this solemn moment, with all my life's force, I come back to myself and bow deeply with respect. Just
just want to say, if you like this sort of thing, and maybe you got a birthday or something coming up, you might want to give yourself a Shirodara treat, which is the treatment with a warm Ayurvedic medicated oil flowing over your whole third eye for 75 minutes.
Did it on Monday.
You did it on Monday? Or you're gonna do it
I
on?
just did it last.
You did it last Monday. Yeah. Who was your therapist?
Tara.
Who?
Tara. Woodbridge.
Oh, at Woodbridge, yeah, okay. Very good, yeah. So it is particularly effective at just shutting off the thoughts, like just clean, quiet. And in our case, we give you also arm massage, shoulder, neck, face, and lower legs. So, and it's quite something. Happy to take care of you. You recommend it? What's your name?
Right.
Ryan, thank you. Thanks, Fritz.